Transmission received. Coordinates locked. Broadcast commencing. He came from the stars on a beam of light. Green eyes pierced through the dead of night. Crash landed Earth with a curious grin. Now he's tuning into the terror within. Ethan, the alien tales from the dark. Strange transmissions leave them marked. From our deep night society we bring the weirdest stories you'll ever say. So sit back, Earthlings. Ethan's got another tale to tell.
Yo, what is good with it? Look, I know it's tough, and I gotta stay consistent. I know it's tough. I appreciate the people who do listen, the people who have stuck around, and who are sticking it through. I have not forgotten about this podcast. Okay, it's not something I ever want to forget about. I have this little, we got this little, community going on for the people who are listening, and I appreciate it, and I gotta stick that out, and gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, my biggest problem I think I have right now is just scheduling, because I just be so damn tired. But a lot of it, I don't know. Maybe it's also like that's part of it, and then maybe another part of it's like motivation, and not that I don't have any, but it's like I have it, and I see it, and like it's just like I don't know. And it's not that I'm not like, oh, that doesn't. It's not that it doesn't motivate me. It's just like, I don't know, like I don't know, maybe I just expect so much to happen all at once, so then when it doesn't happen, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So then that's on me. It's a lot of mental things that go into it, and it's a real big mental game, and I think I thought I understood the complexity of the game, but I didn't. And I don't know, like I seen some creator, he's do with long hair. Man, I wonder what his name is. I should take a note of him. But me and my girl sent me a video, actually. Let me see if I can find him real quick. Yeah, he had a video that he had pushed out. Oh yeah, Tony Stato. I don't know how to say that last name, and I don't want to butcher it. But man, how do you say that last name? Satoshi. I don't know. Tony Satoshi. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. I don't think I really ever thought about trying to say his last name, but yeah, he had a video that he pushed out, about being a content creator or whatever, and it wasn't anything super inspirational, he didn't have huge monologue or whatever, but he gave his 2 cents. He put, he gave his little input, because he's, a full-time content creator or whatever. And, so he said his 2 cents, and I thought that was pretty nice. And then I got this guy at work. He is gonna be pushing out a YouTube channel soon, so stay in tune for that. Okay, he's a fitness content creator. He's gonna do like challenges and stuff too. But he, like, I've seen like the things that he's doing for the challenges, like a little bit, like little snippets, and he sent me like snaps of him editing or whatever. So it's fire. He's putting a lot of effort into it. So when it does come out, make sure y'all show him some love. And yeah, we're going on, I think, with like 23 followers still. 26. Oh my goodness, we're at 26 followers. Hell yeah, brother. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Hell yeah. I'm really happy about that. Well, welcome aboard. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the colony. We just hear like that. You know what I'm saying? Hello, welcome to the community. Maybe I should have characters on the show that come on like that, but they just me, voicing. I don't know, like what, maybe I should have you guys create a character. Or maybe I'll have somebody I know create a character for the show. And, yeah, that would be kind of cool. Dang. I don't know. I have a lot of like crazy ideas, it's just there's not a lot of time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Life feels like that. It's crazy. I got so many ideas, so many things I want to do, but it's just I get so it's not even just me being tired. Like after I, get up, I want to do so many things in such little time, and then still have time to, have time for my girl, have time for my, you know, do things for the house, or friends, just stuff like that. So sometimes it gets hard, and yeah. So, anyways, we're here to read a Reddit story. This one is by Twitch Traham, my guy. Sorry, I was reading something real quick on Reddit. Excuse me if you heard that. This one kind of sounded creepy. I personally, I don't mind people like who have kids. Like I don't have anything against them. I used to want kids, growing up, and then as like a young adult, and adult, things like happened, in my life, and now I don't want them. But they're also creepy at times. Kids can be creepy. So I put myself in a dark room with like a random, I got my bedroom set up creepy. My dog's in here with me in case anything go wrong. All right, and we got the doors locked, lights are off. We going all in on this one. All right. So also before we jump into this, we are going to do a little shout out, actually to Twitch Traham. He has been grinding out on Twitch for the past couple of weeks. I've been getting notifications like bling, Twitch Traham now live, bling, 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 Twitch Traham. So he's on Twitch. He's playing Rocket League, and he's out here kicking ass, taking names, cashing checks. So go check him out, support him, give us some love. Go on his account for the buy me a coffee account. Read his stories for free. Donate if you like. You and you can see on everything that he has, from what I've seen so far, it's got that everything that he earns is gonna go to a savings account for his daughter. So man's just out here hustling like everybody else. You know, we all out here hustling. We just gotta support one another. You know what I'm saying? That's how, that's how it used to be. You know, we used to be out here supporting one another, and that's how we used to thrive. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to thrive off of one another. Why can't we do that now? Like the circle of life. You know what I'm saying? It's like why can't we just do that? So I don't know. I hope that soon the chaos in the world right now comes down, and it relaxes. I think we all need to, at least for me, I need to time to relax. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to relax just without having to stress about you know something crazy going on. And it's not even like, it's just like I don't know, just like a lot of like I've been getting recently into conspiracies and like folklore and just all kinds of like different things out on the internet, out on I can't even say Reddit, but a lot of it's on YouTube. YouTube and unfortunately TikTok. Um it but like some of the things on like TikTok was TikTok was covering, and it wasn't getting covered in other things, other platforms, and I thought that was pretty crazy to see. Kind of interesting. What else? Yeah, then I'm trying to think. Just a lot of crazy things going on. I hope everyone stays safe, and I hope everyone is okay. I hope you got a roof over your head, shelter, that's the same thing. Food, clothes on your back, and water, and a toilet, and toilet paper. Cause I hope you ain't wiping with your fingers, cause that's nasty. No, yeah. So we are gonna read the story about Tristram. Sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. Um, and the reason why I brought up kids is because the story's literally is about kids. It says don't answer your door for kids after midnight. All right, now that I reread the word kids, it like my brain linked to the thing that I was talking about where I don't want to have my own kids. I again don't have a problem with other people's kids. I want to clarify that. Unless your kid's acting a fool, then we got issues, because that's just crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, so don't answer your door for kids after midnight. Last night. Actually, hold on. I want to try to think of a voice to do for this story. So give me 1 second. BRB. And also, if you know, you know. But I'm gonna go take a little walk and think about what voice I want to do for a minute. But yeah. So I will be back, y'all, and see y'all in a bit. And we're back to the episode. See, that was real time. We're back live. So I found the voice that I want to do it in. And I hope you guys enjoy. I love all y'all. And thank you again for joining all 26 of you guys. I love you guys in my heart. This is a story about Twitch Traham and the r/Deep Night Society. Check out the community in Reddit. Again, it's Twitch Traham. And let's get right into it. This one's more of like supposed to be on the more the scary end, not the strange end. So I just want to let y'all know. Last night, at exactly 3:10 a.m., my wife and I were laying in bed when we heard a knock at the front door. Half asleep and confused, I wondered who the hell would be knocking at this hour. Nothing good ever comes this late at night. A cold dread settled over me as I crawled out of bed, grabbed my baseball bat, and made my way through the darkened house. The air felt heavier, thick, almost electric. When I reached the front door and peered through the peephole, I saw them. 2 little kids stood on the porch. They weren't looking up at the peephole like normal kids would. Instead, they stared directly at the door, their heads perfectly still, like they knew I was there. The way they stood, too rigid, too unnatural, sent a shiver up my spine. Their clothes were strange, outdated, like something from the Victorian era. Moth-eaten and worn, yet oddly pristine, as if untouched by time. For a moment, I almost dismissed the feeling of unease. They're just kids, I told myself. What harm could they do? But then I opened the door. The porch light flickered as it came on, casting long shadows across their faces, and that's when I saw them clearly. Their eyes, pitch black, not just dark, void. Ooh, I've heard of these children before in other stories. Yes, on Reddit. Deep, endless pits that swallowed the night. Looking into them was like staring into a black hole, an abyss. Oh, that's the crack on my phone. Oh, so silly. Looking into them was like staring into a black hole, an abyss where nothing escaped. The longer I stared, the more I felt something pulling at me, gnawing at the edges of my sanity. A cold sweat broke out along my spine. Sorry, wiping my eyes. Sometimes when I do voices, my eyes start to water when I read things too. Maybe I just am allergic to reading. I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments what you think. Who's a doctor? Do we have a doctor in the colony? Anyways, back to the story. A cold sweat broke out along my spine. Then, in perfect unison, their lips moved.
May we come in to call our parents?
Their voices were hollow, empty, like something was mimicking the way a child should sound. Oh, it was hollow. Hollow.
Hello.
How does a hollow kid sound? Guys, Colony, how does that sound? I need help here.
If this is a little kid,
Like,
I'm a little boy.
right? I'm a little boy. Oh, okay, I guess like that. May we please come?
in to call our parents. Their voice, oh. May we come in to... Is that hollow enough? May we come in to call our parents? That'd be creepy as fuck. Very, very instinct in my body screamed no, but I forced myself to stay calm. I was a father, after all. I knew how to handle kids, right? Bruh. Hold on. So, you're telling me you describing these kids, gang, colony. What are we doing here? Colony, what are we doing here? What is this guy doing? Bro's about to ask what's the number? That's the next line. That's a warning. That's not a warning. That's a post warning. That's a post warning / apology for that. For me getting loud. Here's another one. That's crazy. I said here's another one. That was the warning. And then the fact that every instinct in his body told him no, but I forced myself to stay calm. I was a father. After all, I knew how to handle kids. These are demons! Bro. Bruv, these are demons, bruv. You dumb, bruv. You think they say bruv a lot over there? I don't know. I would, for sure. Mainly just to irritate people. Just a little bit. I still have to study that side of the world. I haven't been to that side of the world yet. But yeah, back to the story. That's crazy. Okay. What's the number? I asked, my voice barely steady. I could call them for you. Silence. The two children didn't move, didn't blink. I could feel their frustration rising, pressing into me like an unseen force. The temperature seemed to drop. Oh, so he's not an idiot. He's a fucking dumbass. He's just gaslighting the demon. Got you. Alright. May we please come in? They asked again. Their voices were sharper this time. Every hair on my body stood on end. Something was wrong. Terribly, terribly wrong. I'm sorry, but we're not comfortable letting strangers in, I said firmly, my grip tightening around the bat. Then their faces changed. Not physically, but the air around them shifted. The innocence they'd tried to mimic twisted into something else. Something their curled ever... Hold on. Something else. Their lips curled ever so slightly into a snare. Let us in now. Their voices were no longer hollow. They were wrong, layered like a dozen voices speaking at once. The Some high pitched, others guttural, ancient. Panic surged through me. I slammed the door shut and locked it. Shut and locked it. The words would. Oh my goodness, can I not read? Their faces were no. I had to find where I was. Their faces were no longer hollow. They were wrong, layered, like a dozen voices speaking at once. Some high pitched, some others guttural, ancient. Panic surged through me. I slammed the door shut and locked it. That's when it happened. The house shook, every window, every wall, a low rumbling vibration. The earth itself was groaning beneath us. Then came the scream. It wasn't just a sound, it was inside of my head. A shriek so loud, so unnatural, it shattered the windows. Even with my hands clamped over my ears, I felt it reverberating through my skull, shaking me to my core. My vision blurred, my legs buckled, my wife screamed from the bedroom. Then silence. When I opened my eyes, they were gone. It's been a week since that night. This morning, I found our two cats dead on the porch. The bodies contorted in ways that shouldn't be possible. My wife has been vomiting for days, and when the doctors ran tests, they found something else. Brain cancer. Fast growing. Sudden. I've spent every waking moment researching, trying to understand what we encountered. Everything I read says the same thing. Don't open the door. Even if you refuse to let them in, they mark you. They take something from you. Some say a man once let them in. He lived. His wife did, and baby didn't. He remembers watching, paralyzed as they consumed them piece by piece. If you ever hear a knock at 3:10 a.m., ignore it. Whatever they are, still out there. They're still out there, knocking on doors. You know what's crazy? Deadass. I'll be on the game, and mid-game, my dogs will like lay behind me. And mid-game, my dogs will like go up to the door, front door, and like they'll start acting like somebody right behind it. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. Going to the other side of the house now. Now I can't play my game peacefully. Now I'm sitting there paranoid as fuck. That was a great story. I'm not gonna lie, I really loved it. Am I tripping or is hold on, I'm pretty sure black-eyed kids encounters. Okay, so there's like I guess like encounters of black-eyed kids. Like someone said, wow. Paranormal encounters, black-eyed kids. Sorry, I'm still looking. I'm kind of like skimming through to see what it's looking like for the story, because I don't want to like read it and then it just ended up being nothing. Huh. That one just says that. So like, Dang, that's crazy. So, I mean, I don't know. Someone said that 7 years old, Spencerville, Indiana, a middle of the fall, chill, got inside from stacking hay about 9 p.m. I got cleaned up and changed, so I went to grab some leftovers, heard a knock on the door of the outside covered porch. Went to check who it was. Two children with black eyes, with black as night eyes. I originally thought it was just too dark to see the colors. Asked if they could come in for a second and use the phone. Never seen them before, as I knew every kid in my little town. I asked them to wait a little while. I went to get my grandpa. He went out and I heard him say something, but I couldn't hear him. When he came back in, he looked white as a ghost and told me to go to bed. I started to fight him about my food I wanted to eat, and he screamed at me like never before. Never knew nothing about black-eyed children until last year, and remembering this sent chills down my body. That's crazy. Someone asked if she or he ever got a chance to ask their grandpa what they had said or hear from any family. They said he died before I could. I just knew then that he never really yelled or looked like that, so questioning him wasn't my first priority. Kind of shocked me out of my thinking about the kids at the time. Um, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like suspicious though, in and with it itself. Trail truck stop. I was staying in my motorhome with my dog. They got a knock at the door at 3 a.m. It was completely pitch black, raining out. It was a girl with a hoodie and a backpack, and she asked if she could come in. I said no. Asked her where her parents. She didn't reply. I asked her if she was hungry or thirsty, and dropped the lunch sack out my window for her with $20 inside. I made a comment about her safety and well-being, but again she stayed quiet. But this time she looked at my dog, who was next to me, and chuckled. It wasn't until my dogs started going crazy did I realize this young girl was pale as a ghost and had strange black eyes. I immediately closed my window shut, grabbed my revolver, and watched her walk into the old railroad tracks along the highway. Yeah, that's crazy, gang. That's crazy, Colony. That's crazy. That's crazy. Someone said black-eyed people. Bro said talking about a dream. Get out of here. You in a paranormal encounters thread and you talking about you got a dream. Anyways, so that was kind of cool to go in with that with y'all. Make this episode a little longer. I know I was kind of quiet a little bit. Hopefully, ooh, hold on. Someone asked them if they ever did it in ever seen them in Australia. Bruh. Someone said, suspiciously reports of black-eyed kids have decreased substantially since doorbell cameras. Weird. That's crazy. Or they're called Becks for black-eyed kids. BEK. Becks.
But that's pretty cool. If you guys also want to get into that kind of stuff, I'm down. Read encounters about that and stuff, and I always love like the lore about that, and just things like that. So that's kind of cool that Twitch, Traham kind of took, supposed alleged encounters with these black-eyed kids, and made a story out of it. I don't know why, bro. In the story, thought that he could just like, he was like, yeah, I'm a dad. Even though everything in my body's telling me I shouldn't do this, I'm a dad. It's fine. But yeah, it's some somebody knocking on my door at 3. You knocking at my door at 3, you're not allowed to be here, obviously. So bye. You're not. No. Bye. That's when you're gonna get taught a lesson that day. You're gonna get taught a lesson, man. No, and then yeah, what else? Trying to think, y'all. Yeah, that was a great story. I really loved it. I hope the accent went good with it. I think it did. Um, yeah, guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to talk to y'all about, but to be honest, I totally forgot. I Oh, I am gonna do. I'm gonna start bringing um my mic and shit with me a little bit, like. So I'm gonna try to figure out a better way to start recording. Also, and looks low key for like a little like, like I'm not like a manager, but like, somebody to like be like, yo, like you need to fucking record these episodes like right the fuck now. Like somebody yell at me. You know what I'm saying? I can't hire nobody right now. But eventually I'm gonna get to that point where I'm gonna hire somebody to yell at me to do that shit. When I start getting paid, for this, it's gonna be when we grow into like a huge ass colony, and we all chilling, and we all doing good. Then that's when I'm gonna hire somebody, be like, yo, you need to make these episodes right the fuck now. Like, this shit is work, gang. Colony. I'm gonna start saying colony instead. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna finish up my laundry I got. And yeah, you guys have a great night, have a great morning whenever you guys are listening to this. Thank you guys for the new followers. Don't forget to share this on Spotify. I gotta go back and still figure my things out for YouTube. I'm gonna put that. Eventually, I'm working on putting my shit out on YouTube. So eventually, for people who don't have Spotify or don't want it or whatever, you guys can listen to that on YouTube, and then it's just, I don't know, we're just gonna grow little by little. I know I gotta do better on the social media presence. I definitely do need, bro, like a team is like, definitely, I understand like the point of a team now. It's crazy. So yeah. Yeah, I think also that's another thing that I've learned a lot. This like doing the podcast by myself, and like we're not 100% by myself, but like, cause like I have Twitch Traham, like he's low key like part of my team. Like he's also like a homie, like he's a friend. I consider him a friend. But he's part of my, he's to me, he's part of my team. He helps, he gives me content, to work with, and I fucking he gives me, he created the fucking the intro. The intro that everyone loves, that I love. He made that with with how he did things. I ain't gonna spill his magic out like that, but that's how he did things. But yeah, not even ask them to. So I appreciate them a lot, and yeah. So a team is essential, and I think I've now more talking about it on the podcast right now. I've started to realize how important that is, and kind of like there's this Facebook couple called like I don't, me and my girl send videos of them all the time to each other. Hold on. I don't know how to say her name, but it's CHAN and then and Jamal. But it's like it's a married couple, and they just make skits, and like I think that's their full time job, and like they hire from within, like they do all that nice stuff, like, and they kind of broke down their thing and like how they did it, and so that's kind of cool too. So I don't know, it's real nice that like the information is out there, and it's just I gotta take it in, and then not only take it in, but I gotta push it out and practice it, and I gotta put it at work, and I gotta do it. So it's just I keep chewing on so much by myself, and yeah. But it's all good though. And yeah, I know I kind of just let that out right there, but um I mean y'all are my colony, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, you also could have just skipped it. So if you didn't skip it, I appreciate it. But if you didn't skip it, that's kind of you decide to listen to it at that point. You could have just skipped it. But you didn't. I was just messing with you. All right. No, but I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great night. Stay safe out there. Don't go to any late night ice cream trucks. If it's late as fuck at night, like 11, 10, if it's late at night and you see an ice cream truck, don't go to it. If you yeah, just be safe. Just be safe. Have common sense. Just be safe out there, man. All right, love you guys. Love y'all, colony. Peace and love.